Look at these unbelievable tombs here. Good morning, everyone. So this morning we've come to Glasnevin Cemetery, which is the national cemetery of Ireland. And this is where a lot of Irish notables are buried. So we're going to walk over here and visit one of the graves that you may know about. But this is an absolutely beautiful cemetery. I'm going to get some footage here as we go along. But check this out. Unbelievable. These beautiful stones, and there is a lot of notables buried here. So we're gonna go over here, about 40 yards down, I was told. And here we see the grave, the final resting place of Michael Collins. And Michael Collins, they made a movie about him in the United States. And basically, he is buried with a lot of other soldiers. He is buried with a lot of other soldiers from the 1922-23 Civil War. And apparently what happened is, he got a treaty signed from the British, but it gave away part of Ireland, or not all of Ireland was independent. Southern Ireland was. And there was a division in the government regarding that. Now, the third president at the time was Eamon de Valera. They call him Dev for short. He didn't like what Michael Collins brought back, but apparently Michael Collins knew that he would never get all of Ireland, and Dev knew that as well, he felt. Well, there was huge division, and then at some point, Michael Collins was going back to the area he grew up for treaty talks, supposedly with Dev. And during that ride out there, he was assassinated in an ambush. The rumor is that Dev may have had something to do with it. Rumor. Nobody's ever proven that as fact, so it's conspiratorial at best. But sometimes, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, so apparently, Michael Collins' final words were, "Forgive them. Bury me in Glasnevin with the boys." So that's who he's here with. All these soldiers who died during the Civil War. You can see the sign in memory of deceased officers and men, and I can't even pronounce that. Glasnevin. So, and over here on the bottom it says, "To the memory of the soldiers of the," I can't pronounce that again, "who died for the country during the Civil War." So Michael Collins is a very notable figure. And here you see it again, in memory of the deceased officers and men of the Glasnevin. So, and here you see the other side, erected by his brothers and sisters. So, if you haven't seen the movie Michael Collins, you got to see it. It's a great movie, well acted. Liam Neeson is one of the main actors. He plays Michael Collins, actually. And in a moment, we're going to go up to Eamon de Valera's grave and check that out. So what it says is he was an important figure and leader in the Irish Revolutionary Movement between 1916 and 1922. and later he would be shot and killed in an ambush in August 1922 during the Irish Civil War, which was where there was a big disagreement over the treaty that he brought back from London. And furthermore, he was involved in the Easter Uprising of 1916. And here he lies buried with all his comrades. So another notable here at the Glasnevin Cemetery is Eamon de Valera, better known as Dev. And he was, I believe, the third president of Ireland. He was also involved in the Easter Rising in 1916. And I believe it was him. I'm not sure about the entire history here, but I believe what happened is he helped establish the Parliament, or you can actually call it establishing a new government in Ireland. And what happened is it ticked off the Brits or the English, because they didn't want them to have their own parliament. But they were part of the Sinn Féin party, which had risen to the top but didn't have a seat at the Parliament in London. So they created their own without permission, and that eventually led to a war with England, and then they got a treaty. Now the treaty led to a war within Ireland known as the Civil War of 1922-23, because a lot of Ireland didn't like the treaty. They didn't feel it was enough, and half of Ireland liked the treaty because it helped calm everything down and it was a step in the right direction. So basically, in layman's terms, we had a civil war because he established or helped establish a parliament. What's ironic, not ironic, but what's interesting is he was an American citizen. And during the 1916 uprising, he and 98 others surrendered, and the Brits started executing them. And they got down to a guy named Connolly and stopped due to public outcry both from England and Ireland. And so de Valera was saved either by virtue of his name being a D following a C, or because he was an American citizen. It's hard to say why. But very notable man. He was involved in politics for pretty much all of his life, and he lived to the ripe old age of, I believe, 96. So Eamon de Valera here in Glasnevin Cemetery. Here memorial is for Daniel O'Connell, who is known as the Great Emancipator because he helped the Catholics who were very downtrodden in Ireland at one point, and he's the one that fought for Catholic rights. Apparently he established this cemetery, and he died in Italy. His heart is supposedly buried in Rome, and the rest is beneath this tower. So I know it's kind of different shooting in a cemetery, but I just want to get a little footage of where Michael Collins and Eamon de Valera are buried, because they were very prominent in Irish history, particularly from 1916 onward. And I just find it interesting. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hey, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. All the best to all from Glasnevin Cemetery in Dublin, Ireland.